Hey, what's up everybody, it's Chronicles here, and welcome back to more Xenoblade Chronicles. Last time, we arrived at the Mechonis capital, Agniratha, and learned more about the history of the battle between the Bionis and the Mechonis. This time, I'm back here at the Fallen Arm because I want to talk to Zilix here.
Yes?
How could that have happened? Those were some of the most important memories. Do you think you could hear me out this one last time? I was going through the memories that you retrieved for us, and I realized that some of the most important ones were missing. Those memories can't be restored, but there is a separate backup. I know it's rude of me to ask, but could you find the backup? The history of the capital. This quest only becomes available once you have arrived in Agniratha and triggered that one cutscene in the data center. My gratitude to you all is securely stored within my memory. Alright. Now, with that done, I'll meet you back up in the capital. I am back, and this time, let's do some side quests around Agniratha, because, as I've mentioned before, this is pretty much the only opportunity that we have to do any side quests around Agniratha. Because once we reach the Mammoth Shrine, that's it. Every quest in Agniratha or involving Agniratha will expire. Yeah, pretty short, wouldn't you say? At least the other side quests had at least some ample time to, like, allow us to do, like, some, like, side quest stuff. But, well, Agniratha's special about that. Not that I mind so much, because I actually really like Agniratha. It's not my favorite area. I think Valid Mountain or Satoral Marsh earns that title, but I still really love this place's atmosphere. Like, the music alone, like I said before, is a very eerily peaceful and calming piece that I can't help but kind of love for how enchantingly haunting it is. Like I said, it reminds me a lot of stuff you hear in like a Tim Burton movie. At least pre-Mars Attacks, Tim Burton. Okay. But yeah, I really love the atmosphere. And the only thing that really brings it down are the side quests, honestly. Because, yeah, I'm just gonna say this right now. Agniratha's side quests kinda suck. A lot of them involve fighting enemies and getting silver chests, and seeing how you're stuck in a very tight window of time to complete these quests, you're gonna be spending the next 3 hours just doing nothing but the Agniratha side quests. Like, I legit have had these side quests take me like 5 hours straight of doing nothing but grinding against these Mechon. It's legit kind of miserable to do. I mean, I love the atmosphere and everything, but there's only so long I could fight these freaking Mechon without getting sick of it. It doesn't help either that I'm not the biggest fan of the Mechonis battle theme mechanical rhythm. So, yeah, it was... So yeah, for me it's not exactly the best time for me. In fact, I think for the majority of the video, I think I'm just going to be pausing, and whenever I come across anything interesting, I think I'll let you know. Because, frankly, I think I'm gonna be doing just this one video, like doing a recording session for just this one video, for probably the next, 3 hours, if I even feel up to that. But yeah.
Right, let's keep going.
Alright. I think with that, I think I'll go ahead and just meet up with you once I have found the first, like, objective for one of these side quests that I think is actually worth showing off. Alright, so I arrived here at the Chronicles pillar, and I just wanted to let you know that Melia just learned a new skill. Palace Guard improves block rate. not exactly that useful for Amelia because she's made out of tissue paper, but if you can link that to Ryan, that's a good skill. Anyways, back to me grinding. Alright, I just encountered the first objective I want to analyze. I've investigated the Telethia just like the terminal ordered. So yeah, there's actually quite a few like bodies of Telethia that we need to essentially investigate and record data for. And also up here is actually one of our first story objectives. Unlocking this first verification device. Basically, on each of these pillars, you're going to be fighting a mass-produced face Mechon. Or at least most of them are just the regular mass-produced. I think one of them is a unique monster. So, just be aware of that. Alright. Anyways, back to the grind. Alright. Our first foe that I actually kind of want to show off is right here. Vagabond Alucer. And I guess while we're fighting, I guess I could go over more of the other characters and how I would build them, since I still haven't finished talking about everybody. I think I only gone over Melia and Fiora at this point. So, might as well go over the other characters real fast. Starting off with our third slaughter, Ricky. So, Ricky, as I've mentioned a couple of times already, Ricky is basically your jack of all trades. So, no matter what you put on him, he's going to have very... So really, it just depends on what you want him to be. Like, do you want him as a tank? Do you want to be an attacker? You want to be a healer? It really just depends on what... Oh! Again, I missed the timing on that. Anyways, so for gems on Ricky, on armor sets, I would recommend highly just... Well, I guess not highly, but I would recommend just kind of giving him whatever you think he would need. Like, for me, I like doing kind of a hodgepodge build on Ricky. Like, just kind of giving him one of everything, kind of like how he has one of every art. So he'll have a little bit of ether, he'll have a little bit of strength up, he'll have a little bit of recovery up, and then defensive gems. Like an HP up, at least up until he gains the ability to have max HP, because there is an HP limit. And Ricky can easily reach that. In fact, he's pretty dang close to it at this point in time. But other defensive gems like Spike Defense and especially Debuff Resist, which is hands down one of the best gems to put on a character, especially in the late game, are definitely recommended for Ricky. This is not an important enemy, but I'm on kind of a roll when it comes to talking about these characters and how to build them, so I think I'll keep going. I guess the next character I could talk about is, I guess I'll talk about Charlotte, since she's pretty simple, straightforward. Just kind of like with Melia and going all in with Ether up. With Charlotte, go all in on recovery up, and also make sure she has some heat sink gems, so that her cool-off mechanic isn't as bad as they normally are and normally is. Again, I wish that cool-off wasn't a mechanic, but if there's a way to mitigate it a little bit, you might as well take advantage of it. And also keep in mind too that heatsink gems are only on weapons, so for equipping weapons, make sure that they're one that you can manipulate the slots in. Let's see. I guess the next character we could talk about is yeah, let's talk about Ryan. Let's talk Ryan. So Ryan, again, it kind of depends on what you want to build him at. if you want to build him as a tank, do a mixture of strength up and muscle up. As well as maybe a little bit of HP, again, until he hits the HP cap, because he's the only other character other than Ricky that can easily reach the HP cap of the game. But if you're going in for an all attacker one, like if you want to focus on doing the explosive damage with Berserker, Magnum Charge, and Sword Drive, pretty much just go all in on strength and attack plus gems. Because that's how you're going to get your massive damage numbers.
Most impressive. I'm gonna go all out.
And then finally there is Shulk. Basically, you do a lot of critical up, strength up, and just a little bit of agility. Let's see. Let's do chain attack. And if you want to power up light heal, I guess ether up would be a good alternative, especially because he does have a couple other ether attacks. Oh no, I did not want to do that. Crap. Oh well. Let's do attack. And let's topple this mass-produced face, which means we're right below one of the story objectives. So, grind that down. Also, something that I'm considering doing, and something I would probably recommend you do as well, is when you're doing the Agniratha quest, especially if you're playing definitive, I would recommend doing casual mode, so that you could just kind of speed through all the enemies that you need to grind out, and it's not as time consuming and maddening as a result. So let's see. If you're playing the original, sorry, I don't really have anything to help shorten the maddening amount of grinding you'll have to do. Wait, have I gone over Dunban yet for character builds? I don't think I have. If I have, sorry. With Dunban, of course you want to do a lot of agility up gems as well as strength up gems. But another gem that I would highly, highly recommend doing, Aura Heal. With Dunban having so many auras, having a passive healing thing along with his critical up basically makes him even more invincible than he already is. So that's something that I would recommend doing. Okay, second control platform. Activate that. And I'll just meet you over by whenever I encounter another, like, objective that I want you to see. Well, that didn't take long. I've investigated Telethia just like the Terminal ordered. Yeah, that was just another Telethia that I wanted to show off. Just by the legislative district, and I think... well, that's not one of the main objectives, but there's a unique if you want to fight. So, okay. Back to me grinding. Defensive shame. I decided to check the Collectopedia, and it looks like we completed 2 rows. For the bug category, Ether Defense up 4. For the strange category, Tension Swing 3. Oh, almost forgot. Fairy Tale Diodes. Make sure you leave with a lot of these things. These are pretty rare, and they are needed for cannot talk today. Colony 6 reconstruction. So be sure to pick up several of these things. And well, looks like somebody has new skills. Several. Improves ether defense the more heavy equipment is worn. Another reason for Melia to have heavy equipment as opposed to light. Let's Ricky steal EXP with Yoink and share it with the party. Okay, now we switch over to cowardice. And it looks like Charla has maxed out all of her skill trees. So let's put her on Devotion. And Dunban learned Body of Steel reduces physical damage taken. That's a pretty dang good skill to link to pretty much everyone. But Ryan in particular would benefit the most. Anyways, let's move on. So around the judicial branch, I'm gonna go down here to this corpse of another Talethia. And let's just say this, I really like the design of these kinds of Talethia. They just look almost like dragons in a sense. And anyways, down here we have the Memory of the Capital, Memory 903. This was actually that side quest that we got in the Fallen Arm. Like, that's where you would find it. We'll turn that in a little later. But now I want to see what's down here. Okay, so it's a bunch of dreads and radars. I think I'll fight my way up to the top of the tower, and I'll just meet you at the top. Okay, I just picked up another item that I think is important to note. Louisa Silver. You want 2 of these for Colony 6 reconstruction. And also, it looks like we've completed fruit category, which gives us auto heal up 3. So that just increases the HP recovered outside of battle. Pretty useless. And missing tree. Ether defense down. Was that a 4? I wasn't really paying attention much. Okay. So I think there's only one more enemy at the top. Yeah. I'll just fight this thing real fast, and then we'll activate the next thing. Alright, doing some summon Earths. And also, if it feels like the enemy's health is going down fast, it's just because I switched to the casual mode. Might as well save some time with at least the fighting aspect of the side quests.
Your words ring true. That was great, guys. It was cool, yes?
Again, I probably wouldn't do this on a normal playthrough, but for the sake of speeding through these videos and not spending too much time, it's a lifesaver. I'm just saying that right now. Alright. So that is the 3rd or 4th of these towers that we needed to activate. Or pillar, I should say. Anyways, I think we'll continue on, and the last one is just over there. So let's see. Oh, this was the way I came in. So I want to go this way. And can I jump down? No, I have to walk like a peasant. Dang. Oh, wait. Can't I just... No, I have to walk it. Dang. Alright. Now I could go this way, and I think over here is... Well, there's 2 of the mecha that they need to fight normally. Talethia Bridge. And it looks like quite a few of these guys. Oh, including what? Wise Gremory. Great, now do I even want to admit that I watched this series? If you've seen this series, then you're probably already thinking the same thing, and 2 brothers now. Alright. Let's see. Gonna wait for Summon Bolt to come back, and then let's chain attack against Meditative Varia. Okay, double win. It's hero time. Alright, summon Earth. Spear Blade. And maxed out say sorry, and that, wow, that did like nothing to it. This is in casual mode too, so that should have done more damage. Nitroglycerin. Alright, spear break and there we go. Thankfully there's no topple spikes we need to worry about. Alright, summon copy, and let's finish it off. Quest complete.
Bravo! Oh, bravo! We were amazing.
See, and for our efforts, we get it. Not bad. Not bad weapons. And gear. I think what I'll do next is I'll fight Wise Gremory and then I'll do another pause and fight the next things. If I remember correctly, this thing has pretty nasty spikes, so if you're not playing in casual mode like I am, this thing is a legit good threat. Like, I think I died to this thing several times when I first played through. But because it's casual mode and because I'm a more experienced player than I was the first time, this thing is not going to be too much of an issue for me. Alright, let's do double win. And say Sunny. Summon Bolt and release. That is kind of the thing with Melia's gameplay. Oftentimes it feels like I just summon, then immediately discharge. It doesn't feel like I use a variety like I do with the other characters, which I guess is a legit criticism I have with Melia's gameplay. But I don't know, it doesn't detract from me too much. Alright. And oh, looks like some of our characters. Oh, Summon Flare art book. Nice. At least, yeah, Summon Flare, level 10. Can I level up anything else? Yeah, Spirit Break. What about on Fiora's end? Power Drain. What about Ricky? Is there anything on Ricky's end? Not really. Why not? Let's max out Monato's shield. So now, Shul can defend against 99% of all talent arts from opponents. Honestly, you could make do with like level 7 or 8 at this point, so don't worry too much about maxing it out like I did. I just did it because it's there and I might as well. Anyways, with that, I'll meet you at the next objective. Alright, next up, right in front of the Maineth statue, is another Telethia that we need to investigate. Alright. Eager. Oh, no! That's the worst part about the Telethia bridge. You can fall through it. Alright. Well, whatever. Well, I've shown you what I wanted to show you, so I'll just meet you at the next objective. While I was running around, I finally got all of the flower category. With the top of resist 4. That can be pretty useful. Now I just need to worry about getting this last part, and Agniratha will be complete. Collectopedia wise, anyway. Alright, the next unique monster you need to fight for a side quest is Wrathful Orobas. Alright. So, Starlight Kick. Topple. And it has a Topple Spike. Okay, that's one I wanted to check. Spear Blade. Say sorry. Alright. Let's do it. Let's do Mind Blast. Okay. Another chain attack. And Unleash the Bolt. Unleash the Gun. And Unleash the Say Sorry. And strangely enough, the Say Sorry can be potentially more deadly than those other two things. I already have another chain attack, but I don't think I really need it. Quest complete. And next is an Offensive Brave, which I will use chain attack on. Hit that. Double win. And Say Sorry. Nice. Machina Sniper 2, okay. And Machina Driver 2, Lord Leggings, okay. Oh, no, don't leave. Take all. I don't know why that keeps happening to me. Do I have all the collectibles now? No, I don't. I'll be right back after I've gotten everything that I need to. I almost forgot. That is our last Telethia that we needed to find. Oh, didn't want to fight. I've already done enough fighting for a while. Come on, just leave me alone. Let me go. Fine, you know what? If you guys are going to be so difficult about this, I'll give you a proper death. I'll be right back after I defeat these guys. It's not going to take that long. Alright, taking care of all the enemies. So now on the 4th control platform. Activate this. And quest complete. Which means now we can now access the Maineth Shrine. And can I still... Okay, it looked like we got a new quest from those robots. Yep. What do you need? Samples from a large Telethia. Need to find another 4. Oh, well, that's fine. I'm actually still missing a couple of things for the beautifications. Because I'm missing 3 more fairy tale diodes. I actually had this wrong. This is for this quest, not for reconstruction. And I need 4 more grape springs. So it's probably a good thing that I got another quest, because this means I have a little bit more, like an organic amount of time spent here in Agniratha. And looks like the first one is actually right back where we started. It's that one Telethia we saw in the cutscene. So I'll just meet you over by where it is. And we are here, and I've investigated the Telethia. And also, on our way over, got our last item. Fancy Bolt. For that we get Daze Resist 4, and Area Complete. Debuff Resist 4. Very good gem. In fact, Debuff Resist gems are among the best gems in the game. I highly recommend you put them on all characters. In some capacity. And it looks like Dunbat has maxed out all his skill trees. So, let's put him on Wisdom. So who hasn't fully maxed out their stuff? Melia has a little ways to go. Fiora's not even remotely close. Ricky has a little bit to go, but not much. So yeah, it's just a couple more characters and we'll be maxed out for our 4 skill trees. Anyways, I'll meet you over by the next Telethia. So the next Telethia is right by where we picked up that one memory for the Fallen Arm quest. The next one is actually... Oh, no! Well, you can see it. We just have to investigate the bridge that the Telethia essentially made. And will you leave me alone? And our 4th and final Telethia is over by Hellas Pillar. Or is it Hellas? Either way. And I believe that is all of the quests. Okay, it doesn't look like there's anything new. And also, while I was walking around, I still did not get every item that I needed to for the quest. Though there is one thing that I want to make note. I believe it is... Yes. Right here at the Maintenance statue. There is actually, around here, spawn a lot of item orbs. Almost like they're being offered. Almost like they're offerings to the statue. And a lot of them spawn... And the most common spawn for that particular point are fairy tale diodes. So if you're struggling to get those, that's the best place to grind for those. I assume that was the fairy tale diode that I needed. Yep. Okay, just gonna keep on running. Run away. Haha, you did nothing. Okay, it doesn't look like there's anything else. So... No, not that one. There we go. Target not found. Oh! This one's gonna take a while. I'll just meet you when I actually get all of them. This is gonna take a while. Well, that took a long time, but I finally completed that quest. And, finally,
Yes?
let's turn this in. There's no mistaking it. That's the memory backup. I'll just check the memories. This is it. These are the ones I was looking for. That was such a happy time. Everyone smiling and laughing. This is what everyone wants to see again. Now all of our memories should be returned. Words can't express my gratitude. And folks, this is why we like our cloud saves. Alright, and that should do it for all of the Agniratha quests. So, because of that, I think we'll go ahead and wrap up here. So, next time on Xenoblade Chronicles, we make our way to the Maintenance Shrine and stop Egil. See you guys then.